Imagine you are a general. You have 50,000 soldiers. How do you tell them all to turn left at the same time? Ancient battles were loud. Thousands of men shouting and swords clashing made it impossible to hear. Your army might be a mile long. Your voice cannot travel that far. To win, they used things you could see from far away or hear over the noise. Flags were like giant follow me signs. If the flag moved forward, you moved forward. Different colors meant different commands. Red might mean attack, while white meant wait. Trumpets and horns were the radios of the past. Their high sound cut through the screaming. Drums kept the rhythm. They told the soldiers how fast to walk. For very long distances, they used fire and smoke. It was like a prehistoric text message. Sometimes a general sent a runner. These men were the fastest athletes in the army. But what if the runner was caught? Or the smoke was hidden by clouds? One mistake could lose the war. Flags weren't just for decoration. They were a secret code that only the army knew. Moving a flag side to side was a common signal. It usually meant get ready. If the flag bearer dropped the flag to the ground, it meant charge. It wasn't just colors. The shape of the flag mattered too. Square or triangle, the signaler always stood on the highest spot so everyone could see the code. Some armies used polished metal mirrors to flash the sun. This was called a heliograph. What about at night? They used torches. 2 torches up meant stay put. The danger? The enemy could steal your flags and give your army the wrong orders. If there was no wind, the flag just hung limp. No one could see the message. Combining smoke and flags helped messages travel for hundreds of miles. Every small group had its own special banner. If you got lost, you just looked for your banner. If you can't see a flag through the smoke, you have to listen. Music was the army's radio. Long ago, they used real animal horns. They were super loud and sounded very scary. Later, they made metal trumpets. These could play different notes for different jobs. The trumpet told you when to wake up. No alarm clocks back then. Drums were like the heartbeat of the army. They kept everyone walking at the same speed. If the drum beat faster, the soldiers walked faster. It was like a speed button. Some armies used massive metal gongs. One hit could be heard for miles. Sometimes the soldiers used their own voices. 10,000 men shouting war was terrifying. For sneaky missions, they used whistles. It sounded like birds, so the enemy didn't know it was a signal. A special low note meant go back. This was the most important sound to stay alive. The problem? If the enemy had drums too, it became a mess of noise. When flags and horns weren't enough, the general sent a human letter. These were the runners. These men had to run for miles and miles. They didn't have cars or bikes, just their legs. The most famous runner ran 26 miles to say we won. Then he fell over. That's why we have marathons today. It was the most dangerous job. You had to run through woods filled with enemies. If you were lucky, you had a horse. This was the high-speed internet of the ancient world. Some armies even used birds. Pigeons could carry tiny notes tied to their legs. For very long trips, runners worked in teams. Like a relay race, they passed the message to the next guy. Runners had to remember secret passwords. If you forgot the word, the guards wouldn't let you in. What if the runner got lost? Without a map or GPS, they had to use the stars to find their way. If the runner didn't make it, the army wouldn't know when to fight. Many battles were lost because of one missing man. Today, we just press a button on a phone. Ancient soldiers had to be much smarter and tougher.